What's up, what's goody, and what's poppin', Sagittarius, and welcome to Top Cat's Collective Tarot. I am your intuitive tarot and oracle reader, Top Cat, and this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North and South Node, if you happen to check for those as well. I want to thank you for being here, because you could have been anywhere in the cyberspace world, but you are here with me, and I greatly appreciate you for that. Sag, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Where the fuck have I been? I am so sorry for the delay in uploads. Life happened. Got evicted, got my apartment back, trying to get stable. So might have been a little difficult to try to do a reading, keep up and maintain the channels, but thank you for coming back and for watching, and know that this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't for another Sag. In other words, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Before we get started, let's take a few moments a few breaths. One, so we can invite our highest selves and God and Source to this reading. And then also, two, to clear our minds and so we can get on the same page. If you would like to call upon your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, your Orishas, your higher self, I think I said that like twice, anybody that's working on your behalf, now would be a great time to do so. Father God, whatever messages that you have for Sagittarius, may it be for their greatest and highest good. May I decrease so I can properly channel these messages for Sag. May they be open and receptive to these messages, and may everything that come out be for their greatest and highest good. So we're doing things a little bit different with the reading on this channel. We're gonna start with I have a new deck. It's called the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle deck, and this deck right here is going to take place over the Soul Truth card. So this will set the overall tone. Then we're gonna do a tarot spread. I'm gonna try to do a different way of picking cards. Sometimes that might work, sometimes it might not. And then we're gonna end with your love reading. Okay, Sag? So let's see what questions they have. Let's get into the reading. We have, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? Which is funny, because how many times did I call upon or request to call upon your higher selves? So I feel like your higher self is really trying so hard to get through to you. I don't know if you've been seeing a lot of angel numbers or seeing a lot of coincidental things happening there, Sag, but some of you might need to take a moment to really connect with your higher self. Some of you might want to, take a breath, take a opportunity to meditate. At the bottom of the deck, your underlying energy, which I find to be so pretty, this rainbow quartz just really popped out at me, is rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You're an empath. How can you detach from the drama? Some of you might need to be a little bit more colorful, or work with a rainbow quartz or rainbow fluorite. But to detach from the drama might be to get really in touch with your inner childlike needs. All right. So, let's get into the tarot for you. I don't know what that song was. I'm so sorry for the cringe. All right. Anyway, Sag. But yeah, so... Okay. They did not want to shuffle. It seems like you're really going through it a lot, right? Like, energetically, it seems overwhelming because of the fact that you can make it through and then rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You're an empath. It's like, I don't know if you've been going through a lot, like a lot of changes, a lot of tower energy, a lot of separations and disconnections. But yeah. You have the Six of Coins as your center energy. Right? So, some of you have really been hard at work at trying to manifest stability in your life. Reaping what you sow. Some of you might be actually doing some charitable work. Or you feel like you're not getting what you're deserving. Pentacles is earth energy, right? Coins is earth energy. Obviously, Pentacles is also known as coins, so you're known to talk about our money and our finances here. But that's also Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. This is slow developing energy. Really some of you might be feeling like you're putting in a lot of work at some place that does not appreciate you, or you feel overworked and underpaid. Excuse me. Some of you don't see the fruit of your labor. But rise above it, because this energy is not yours to carry. Let's see, what is your crowning energy? What is working in your favor? You have the Page of Wands. Wands is fire energy, so that's you, Sag, along with your fire siblings, Aries and Leo. Now, pages are typically younger than you. They're immature, underdeveloped, very spry. You know what I mean? You're putting your creative effort forward. You might always have a fresh idea, an innovative idea. Your brain and your creativity and your willingness to try new things is what is working in your favor. Like I said, some of you might come up with some really, really flipping good ideas. And like people are are taking notice. People are taking note there, Sag. Let's see, what is the undermining energy for Sag? Okay, so you have the King of Cups that is working against you. It seems like the choppy waters, your emotions are not all the way stable right now. Emotionally, you might feel all over the place, going this way, rocking that way. The waves are just overbearing. Cups are water energy, so that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Now, there are clouds in the card, and the clouds also represents, like, here you got a little bit of clouds. Like, they're opaque. You can see through the clouds. Whereas here, they're a little bit more poignant. You can miss the clouds, especially when you compare the two here. But clouds in tarot typically represents like disillusionment, our imagination not being all the way present. Oh, hold up. The Devil and the Three of Wands also came out. So I'm going to add that to your underlying energy. But I think some of you might not be all the way honest with yourself, about yourself, with your intentions, your motivations. Some of you might not be honest about the real state of your life and the reality of what is going on, because your emotions are out of whack. So one day you're up, one day you're down. You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. So do be mindful of that. I'm going to assume that these two came out to clarify why the King of Cups it's undermining you. And so you have the Three of Wands, which is typically about expansion. And then you have the Devil, which is about addictions. Some of you might be taking on too much for you might be biting off a little bit more than you can chew. Your ambitions might be getting the best of you, which is why your emotions is out of whack, because you thought things were going to happen one way. It's not happening the way that you envisioned it, and therefore choppy water. For some of you, so some of you might be addicted to negative thinking. Some of you might be addicted to the fame and the fortune, and your motivations might be out of whack. But I feel like that is the reasoning behind the choppy water with Sir King of Cups here. So what brought all of this on then there, Sag? Like, Miley, what's good? What brought this on? The Death card. So in the past, you might have lost something. And right now, that's also another reason why you're emotionally unsure. A little bit of emotional unrest. And I think that's because, like, the Death card just seems to be a little bit of a traumatic change for some of you. loss of friendships, loss of relationships, connections, jobs, relocating, losing of possessions. All of these things might have been a bit hard for you, which is why you're emotionally wavy. There's a song coming in. It's still hot and cold with the mashup of Mood Forever from Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Childish Gambino. So yeah, I'm actually curious to see what the death card, like what's the stitch with the death card here. So, and with this one, we're gonna wait for jumpers, because this is to clarify the death card. What is this death card about? Clarify the death. That is half the deck. No, ma'am. Clarify the death card. You have two underlying energies. You have the Star and the Knight of Cups. Death might have been might have been the one that got away. The death might have been romantic. That is, but yeah, underlying energy is that, right? What jumped out is the Four of Wands, Justice, Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Strength. So a lot of fire. Hell of a lot of fire. Let's start with the first two. So some of you might have won a case. The Four of Wands represents celebration. Now, some of you might have won a case. Some of you might have gotten married. Because justice of the peace, law and order, and then the celebration card. Some people also call it the wedding card. So some of you might have just recently gotten married. Some of you might have dissolved said marriage, right? Then you have the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands talks about putting in a lot of work, being overwhelmed, being overburdened by the action. Wands is still fire energy, which we've already discussed. But then you have the Strength card, and the Strength card is Leo energy. So it seems like there was not a lot of work going right in the communication department. And now you have to find a balance between and you couldn't find a balance between your wild side, your animalistic side, and your tamed domestic life. You know what I mean? That might have been you, that might have been your partner, that might have been what was the demise, what was the disillusionment of the marriage, or of your engagement, or of your partnership, or of your, you know what I mean? That might have been the fact that you weren't able to, there wasn't a good balance between, the relationship just became very much about self and not about being symbiotic, which is what the Strength card is really about. Because the lion can always kill and maul the human, and the human can always kill and maim the lion. But they trust each other to not kill each other, right? So to other people, It's like, how the fuck does this work? But for them, that's all. It doesn't matter for what everybody else thinks, because for them, that's what matters. So with here, and trying to explain like what the death card is, for some of you, you might be learning to master your dark, low vibrational, lower self. Some of you might have succumbed to your lower self. Some of you needed to realize that you are your own star. And that is what brought in all of this. So you realize you're your own star. You disillusioned, or you broke up your relationship. Or you broke up your contract. And that is what brought in this unstable emotional energy. Some of you might have broke this shit up for selfish reasons. The Devil card was to clarify the King of Cups. You also had the Fool, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles behind the romantic card, right? So some of you tried to start new, but your energy might not have been right, or the person's energy might not have been right. You know what I mean? There's a lot of knights, because behind the star is the Knight of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and now you have the Knight of Cups. And knights are sometimey. Just saying. So, what does the future hold for you this week, Sag? Wow. What does this week hold for Sagittarius? What is the future? Future energy for Sag. Okay. Fuck bitches, get money. Some of you are going to try to just focus on the tangible right now. That's what's stable. That's where you can see the fruits of your labor. No, like, pun intended, or not to be funny, but, you know, the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is about work. The King of Coins. It's about your work. Some of you threw yourself back at work. But here's the thing. Your work, that Page of Wand energy, is not going unnoticed. Some of you are going to be elevated from a knight to a king. Some of you might actually realize, like, some people with this secondary underlying energy might recognize that you, wait, no, was it this one? Nope, it was that one. This pile had the Knight of Pentacles. I am so sorry. Oh, but behind the Knight of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So there's like victory. And then look, all right. Let's go back to this. Because in the pile that jumped out where I was like, that is way too much. Your higher self told me to look back at the rest of this, right? Because I was like, there's a Knight of Pentacles that came out. So like I mentioned, some of you are going to go from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, or the Knight of Coins to the King of Coins, right? Get your money. But behind that was the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles. And Nine of Pentacles is about getting, like, really solidifying success financially. So some of like that opening question of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Am I getting the right, like, am I putting in this work for no reason? Keep going, because you're going to receive, like, you're right on the fruit. They're right at harvest. Like, you might just see some things start to bud. You know what I mean? The Seven of Pentacles means that you're not done with putting in your work yet. You still got to till the land. But it's growing. And know that you have a victory. Like, you are victorious in this situation. Your emotions are there as a guide, but don't let it be your compass, your ruler. Don't let it be your ruler. Definitely don't let it be your ruler. Because our emotions are like the tides. The tides are ruled by the moon. Some of y'all might be great, might be really big lunatics. Who knows? And that's kind of like a ha hee hee cheeky, because lunar full moon, heightened emotions, yada yada, right? But behind the Six of Wands, your victory will then elevate you to be the King of Pentacles. Oh, there you go. The King of Pentacles. Oh, and look at that. An ace. Oh, for some of you, behind that elevation of becoming a King of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is wow, I really read that whole thing. The Ace of Wands represents like the new beginning, a new opportunity, a new creative endeavor, but it also represents a little bit of sexy adult time. You know what I mean? So some of you might be getting that brown chicken, brown cow, you know. But it is just an opportunity for creative endeavors, as we all. So let's look at your underlying energy. You might have to defend yourself against your emotions. Your logic might have to come through. There is some clouds again. So, you know, who are you defending yourself from? Is the question. But your work is going to pay off. Nine of Pentacles again. Nine of Pentacles there. It's all connected. Queen of Cups represents oh look, true pair. It might be time to come out of that masculine energy when it comes to your emotions and tap into your feminine energy when it comes to your emotions. Now it's time to calm the storm. Hey there, big guy. The sun's getting real low. Say what you want about that, but I feel like that though it's really great material for like jokes and whatnot, that scene with Scarlet Witch and Black Widow, because her name is Scarlett Johansson. Black Widow and the Hulk. My goodness. Anyway. Keep moving. The chariot don't stop until it gets to the final destination. And I feel like for you there, Saggy, things have only just begun. You just gotta hold on. Don't allow your emotions to pull you off. All right? Don't let that horsepower knock you off your blessing. Some of you might need to connect to self to figure out how to best handle this. Walking away from certain energies that no longer serve you. Holding on very dearly to what matters most to you. Self-preservation is key here, Sag. I'm going to end here. Some of you need to communicate with your Page of Cups. And your Page of Cups right now might be your inner self, your younger childlike self. Let's get into, I did it again. Forgot to do your overarching oracle energy. Okay. Well, with all that's been out, let's see what does the oracle have to say. Messages for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, South Node. Messages for Saggies, my Sagittarians. Wow, that was a lot. We're going to take that. Okay. Underlying energy is Tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. Some of you might need to, again, with that with that Hermit energy that I picked up with the underlying energy here, right? Oh wow, look at that. The Temperance card is now the underlying energy. Some of you need to disconnect from situations in order to realize how to best balance your emotion and your logical. But what did jump out, oh, that's a lot too, is you deserve sugar, not salt. Think before you, these are the same cards. Nope, they're not. Think before you judge. Take a chance on them. And that could be a person, your ideas, your desires, your dreams. And how's that for a happily ever after? So you deserve sugar, not salt. It's something that you need to realize about yourself this week, Sag. If someone's trying to force you to have some salty shit, or someone's giving you salty attitudes or salty energy, you don't deserve it. You deserve sugar. But do think before you act. Think before you judge. You have to trust that everything is working out for your favor. You can make it through. Rise above it. It's not yours to carry, whatever that may be. But how's that for a happily ever after? You will win. You will get the results that you so desire. We're going to end here with your love messages for I don't know what these accents are by the time I get done with the readings today, but this is your love message for the week, Saggies. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Gotta make it through. I don't know what. Boop, 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 boop. That was random. Don't know why that came into my head. For some of you, you need to hear that. Some of you gotta remind yourself, you gotta get through this. You gotta get through this. You gotta do this. Gotta move this. Gotta make it through. And you will. What's on the other side when you make it through? Only you can decide. Love messages this week for Sagittarius. So you have retreats. It's time to disconnect from the world. Just the same underlying energy that I was saying before. Some of you need to get your mind right. So it's time to disconnect. Get your mind to balance these emotions. Underlying energy is religious factors. Calling in your soulmate. Free yourself. Let go of control issues. So some of you need to disconnect for spiritual reasons. And during that time that you were healing yourself and recharging your battery, you'll actually be calling in on your soulmate. And you'll be doing double work. As you're freeing yourself, you're calling in the love of your life, your soulmate. It's time to disconnect from the world is what came out, right? So it's time for you to go ahead and free yourself. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. It's time to take back control of your life. You're gonna have to let go of some of these control issues, though. They're Sag. That could be what's getting in the way. Getting in the way of what I'm feeling. But know that if you do the work, that what you are hoping to manifest is worth waiting for. And it'll be so good. So damn good. Just oof. Ice cream sundae, chocolate brownie a la mode with the whipped cream on top and a chocolate syrup good. You feel me? For those of you who don't like sweets, even though you deserve sugar, no salt, no judgment. Whatever the equivalent of that is for you. You get me? But you got to do the work. You are an empath. And empaths need to disconnect to recharge their batteries. You feel me? You got to get your mind right. Soul alignment, it's time for a radical change. Now, radical change might be balancing the chakras. You feel me? But that is it for you this week there, Sagittarius. I would like to thank your guides, my guides, our higher selves for this reading. I like to disconnect from Sagittarius's guides and higher selves. Sag, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I do have bookings available. You can find me on all social medias at SEYSII Reacts, which is SEYSII Reacts. That's also the name of my primary YouTube channel, where I do reactions to movies and television, basically mainly movies. Right now, I just uploaded a reaction to my first time watch of Death Becomes Her. And I guess I could give you the scoop. I filmed a reaction to Everything Everywhere All at Once. That will be coming out this week as well. What else? So yeah, if you would like to book a personal reading, you can always DM me at SEYSII Reacts on Twitter or Instagram, and we can book personal readings. You can also follow me on all social medias at SEYSII Reacts. And if you like any of the jewelry that you see on me, I do make jewelry. You can put in your personal requests for handmade crystal jewelry by me through SEYSII Reacts as well on DMs. But yeah, thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love you so much for watching, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me. Comment down below a fire, like the flames, if you've made it this far in the video. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.